Alrighty. Welcome to Thursday evening. I seem to be having a pretty good run so far as of late, as far as streaming's concerned. I hope wherever you are, you're doing all good. I'm just squeaking my chair, get myself all cozy. In fact, yeah, no. So I was just looking elsewhere and just sort of thinking in my head what I'm going to do next, but post stream. But no, that's fine. I'm looking at snacks, by the way. uh, Ka-chow, welcome, welcome. There we go. So, tonight is, well, I suppose you could call it the last and not last time we see the level 99 save. So, what are my plans? Well, first and foremost, immediately my plans are, and thankfully I have, unlike last stream, last night, I've given this adequate charge. You can't open your duck station. I'll tell you what. Oh, no way! Like, as in the operating system. Can I even open mine? Okay, mine opens apparently. Although for some reason, oh, the smart app. Oh, I don't think I've got that app. Are you running Windows 10 or Windows 11? This is a Windows 10 platform. Um, oh, drat. I wonder. At the risk of giving sage advice or like IT advice that I totally can't give because I'm like I can build computer systems. Like down on my ground is the computer system that I built literally using proceeds from washing machine and dry sales because that's what I do in my garage. Um, and I saved a butt ton of cash piecemealing this thing. That's amazing. But as far as the operating system goes, I actually nicked the drive out of my very broken, physically broken old laptop. But the drive was fine, like the little M2 SATA. Stuck that in there. So I've just essentially transferred transferred my stuff from my laptop to the desktop. Um, and strangely enough, I've got more than Klonoa, and I've also got in my settings, yo, DuckStation, this is my game folder. Can you draw titles from there? So it knows where my games are, and they're all there, and it's only showing one. So I've kind of like manually got to load flipping all the other ones. Um, yeah, I wonder if it's. I don't know. I don't. My work computer uses Windows 11. Obviously, I can't game on it without consequences. So I'm not that familiar with how I guess games and stuff interact with Windows 11. So I'm just using my, I guess, antiquated Windows 10. Um, I'm just glad that I can play some of my old PlayStation games that I can't otherwise play ordinarily, which is great. But my poor advice was, what would happen if you deleted DuckStation and reinstalled it? Would it be like, can we buy? Is it going to trick the block? Or I don't know. I don't want to be that guy that's like, hey, Ka-chow, have you considered this? And then you run off and do the thing that I've said, and it doesn't work, and it's like, yo, Game of Dad, that was bad. So please don't quote me on advice that I know I'm not qualified to give. Hardware, brilliant. Software, I barely passed computer science in university, which is why I switched majors to physics. Because computer science was nothing like what I thought it was going to be. And I hated it. Yeah, I mean, feel free to ask me about my project that we had to do. It was a half disaster. I'll just call it a disser. But for now, why I'm doing the old streamage. So today, as usual, guess who's not piping his sound through the headset? Because I always forget. But here's my goals. First of all, we're going to finish the game. That's Not where I want to go. I want to go up here. There we go. We're going to finish the game. We're going to take the save game and we're going to bring closure to it. That's the bit that we're going to do the last dance on. And thus, from start to 478.6 hours of grind to playthrough, and then finish the game, and then that's that. However, there's a part 2 to this, so we'll finish the game, and then that's fine. I've actually already gone through the Northern Cave and grabbed everything that I need anyway. So at the moment, I'm out of the Northern Cave because there's one thing I need to do with Red 13 before we proceed. That's part 1. Part 2, which is going to be very much in the future, is I've still got 2 thumping great weapons to defeat. So that's going to be a different time with this save. And I don't just want to defeat Emerald and Ruby weapon, because there are tactics that I can do which make it really easy. I've done them before in other saves, beaten the weapons, but I kind of want to give myself more of a challenge. Like, I don't just want to, beat them to an absolute pulp real easily, like the way that I would normally do it. I actually want to work for my meal ticket for this one. How that's going to look, I guess we'll figure out later on. I did say last night that there would be a lot of offlining to prepare basically the materia combinations I feel like I need, now that I've got all the materia out of the Northern Cave. Okay. So first of all, somebody hasn't got their ultimate weapon. I would hate for Red 13 to miss out, although, bit of a disclaimer / spoiler, this isn't the happiest of scenes for Red 13. So just so we're aware. Oh, seriously? There we go. Don't land on the brown stuff. Apparently it's bad for your high wind. Like, looks flat to me. Anyway, Ka-Chow, I hope you're doing all good. That's actually exactly why we're here. We need to see Boogan. Awesome. As far as winter lurgers are concerned, I worked from home today. I was still quite blocked up around the back of the nose. Had some really spicy lunch which cleared the front of the nose, so I'm breathing a lot better. But it still feels quite, congested right at the back. Although I do have to go into the office. He climbs the ladder really well, doesn't he, Red 13? He's like, no, Vincent, just we're going to exit ourselves. Oh, this is what makes it even sadder. It's the same music as when he finds out that his father got turned to stone. Oh, this is heart-wrenching. Oh. Sorry, everyone that wanted a happy stream. I've certainly done a few of those, the old newborn chocobos. Oh, that drumming hits hard, doesn't it? Oh. Wait, what? You may even find your life's mate? So maybe Red 13 or Nanaki, whatever you want to call him, isn't the last of his species after all? Dunno. I mean, we know at the end, he's running around with like little reds. We'll just call it little reds. He's gonna howl, isn't he? No, he's not. Don't howl. Oh, he doesn't. I mean, there is a poignancy there. Yeah. Now, I'm also, while I'm here, I mean, I'm not at the point where during normal playthrough I mastered everything of a materia group. I definitely haven't mastered all of the summons. But that's going to be the topic of some offlining. You know, for the sake of beating weapons and that, but again, like I said, that's a future stream. Tonight we're saving the planet. Okay. Now, what do I want to do? I actually... Okay. Which means at this juncture... Flip, I don't know what happened there. Oh, that was weird. Behave, controller. No, I don't... Oh, gosh, this is... Just... Oh, yeah. Oh, don't you start with that controller. Oh, yeah. I'm only picking on these three because I haven't got ribbons for everybody yet. Right, so that's cool. Oh, that's... my buttons are reversed. Okay. Oh, hang on. Go down. Now, hopefully we can just breeze through this. I don't need to pick up any items. I've got enemy away. I'm running into rocks. Oof, and that's just a recipe for broken ankles and scrapes, isn't it? At least it would be for me. Alrighty. If you don't mind me, I mean, one thing I really don't like about flipping head colds, at least my ones, it's not just the sinuses and, you know, things that affect your nose and cloudiness of the head and all that sort of fun, but when you start getting it gathering at the back of your throat, that's really annoying. So, there may be a point between now and... Oh, I certainly plan on it. You might end up missing me having to, as I was alluding to, heading out of the room to clear my throat. Oh, it's going to be a long day at the office tomorrow. But hey, thank you for stopping by, Ka-Chow. I hope y'all continue to have cool things happening, and we'll hope to see you again, and hopefully I'll be a lot better. Honestly, this winter this year has just bitten. Oh, let's go. It'll be interesting to see what his damage is. Not great, okay. So I haven't clearly taken out enough enemies with Vincent. Off. I'll certainly give it a lash. Down there. Oh. Yeah, definitely an early night for me tonight, I think, which is probably why I'm certainly not going to be a 3-hour stream like last time. Well, they did do a lot of cool stuff in that stream. Kind of feels weird in a way. Like, it was one thing to finish. It was one thing to finish the grind. You know, that certainly brought closure to, you know, what started way back in September last year, and I finished that in May. This is like the final curtain to what started off as an insane idea of you know, can I do what's been done before? And, you know, it turns out I had the stickability, or more to the point, the stubbornness to stick it out. And as far as people who have known to have done this challenge, and you can, by that, you can actually look at, it's very easy to look up and go, yes, this is legit from these people, having become the fifth person to have done this. And now we're actually going to finish the game with this. And what are sort of my takeaways from having basically played the game with maxed out characters right from the start, with a few little notable exceptions? One thing that's been apparent to me is how blasé I am with materia combos. Like, I'm usually quite anal with where the materia goes, what combinations, who has them, what my goals are for, like, elementals in particular, and protections and all that sort of carry on. It's Mosey. Because my characters are quite thumpy as it is, especially Tifa with the right gear, even though she's not in my party. Yeah. I've certainly just let the maximum levels carry me in a way. And so a lot of my tactics, materia-wise, have basically relied around enemy skills, which isn't all too surprising, because there are some pretty good enemy skills that you can do that. But I'm certainly less picky about, oh, I need to master this, or I need to grab that, and in the materia state. It's just been, yeah. Now, unlike speedrunners, I haven't done any manipulations, so we are going to have encounters. I'll be surprised if I'll be surprised if I don't. Well, that died pretty quickly. Now, I think you can actually steal from these guys. Not that it really means anything at the end of the game. Oh no. Oh no, that's right, it's only Vincent. He hasn't killed a lot of people. His death penalty's bad. Oh no. Come on. Don't you dare crit. Oh. That move right there almost reminds me of Judgment Sword from FF9. At least with the minor differences is that it doesn't have, it doesn't reduce your characters to 1 HP. Oh! Oh! That's terrible. Don't tell me you have to morph him. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, okay. Adrenaline gives you a flip. Whoa. That'd be fun. Okay, Vincent needs an enemy skill. I've completely bogged this. And... oh, great. Oh, there he goes. Fine. I'm pretty sure they changed into escort guards, those guys. Right, so we need some changes. Well, that's pointless. Enemy skill. There. Yeah. Oh, great. And of course you can't run away from these guys. That's fine. Whoa! Whoa! Already! Wow, that happened. At least we know that guy's not going to cast Pandora's box ever again. Wow. Still got all my X potions from Wutai. Lots of X potions. Clearly I haven't manipulated the game earlier to miss those ones. Oh gosh, okay. You can't steal from these. I don't think you can steal from these guys. And if you can, it's something woeful. We better save that limit. Can't go back. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, we got quite far. Okay. Well, Vincent is so... Okay. Let's see. We'll just Magic Hammer for fun. You can just slash all. Oh, okay, fine. Does laser work on this guy? I almost feel like it doesn't. Oh, it does! Right, let's have some fun. Just because I want to see what this dude morphs into. I'm pretty sure it's an escort guard. Funny if you can't actually morph him. Laser. Freaking laser beams. Yeah, considering Cloud can, like... Okay. Whack! Oh, wow. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to finish him off here. Alright, and the elixir's going to die with him. There it is, escort guard. Unfortunately, that's the only guy in the game that morphs into that. So, once you can do that, it's kind of like, crap. Oh, what? Really? What are you doing wearing that rock? Whoa. Fortunately, there's nothing that morphs into the Minerva band, so you can only get 2. Yeah, that's how oh, this is the other thing. This is how underplayed Red 13 has been. He's still on Sled Fang. He hasn't even unlocked Lunatic High. Oh. This is what I mean by I'm going to be doing a lot of offline play because not everybody has all their limits. Oh, it's part of that. I'm so overpowered for the whole game. I've been blasé and missed a lot of stuff. You know, things like limits. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely abysmal, but we'll put that to right in the future stream. Oh yeah, I was watching Dash today and somebody asked the question, like, this is Genova Synthesis, like, what's this form supposed to be? Somebody's put forth, this is Genova Meatball. Ow! So yeah, here we have Genova Meatball. Really? There we go. Oh, no items. Oh well. That regrettably being so overpowered right now means the next two battles, and particularly the next one, are going to go like that. I actually enjoy the Bizarro Sephiroth battle mainly because I like the music to it. So historically, when I've played that, I've tended to just take my sweet time. Just because I love the music. I like it. Oh, drop my control. Hey, Sephiroth. If you make a party, split your allies into 3 groups. Well, let's see. We're going to put Yuffie in on the pretext. Oh, mint. Oh, heck, hang on. Uh-oh. On the pretext that she's got a bloody ribbon. This could be fun. Well, well, well. Okay. Oh, okay, there is one. Nice. Don't really need that. Okay, we're just gonna... Oh, gosh. And we grabbed Vincent, but you know what, we'll just flip it. Hit enemy skill. Probably didn't really want to do that, but that's okay, what do we got? Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of time here. Make it more for sneaking. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Twin Viper. Oh, jeez. I don't think so. Now, there will still be a little bit of blaseness about it. Just because. Yeah, just because. I haven't really got a thing, it's just because. Yeah, you can have that. Give Cloud Slash Wolf if I can find it. Here it is. And actually we will give Vincent the double cut with... Yeah, on up. Because my buttons are reversed with that. Just because. If you've got an enemy skill, you've got an enemy skill and long range. Which means if I'm idiot enough, or whatever, that say for Sephiroth floats and therefore becomes a long-range enemy, all three of them can hit them. That was the reason behind Yuffie. I've got 2 long ranges plus Cloud with the long-range materia. Not really much else I need to do. I mean, that kind of carries me. Attacks did I actually grab along the way? No idea, because I've really got to sort these buttons out. Okay, a few. Very low level counter attacks, but that's because, again, blase with materia. So Clark can have one of them, Yuffie can have the other one, and we'll try and ride counter, support counter with Vincent. Well, she needs healing. Okay. Whoop. Can't use full kill because I haven't unlocked it. Oh, you... Nah, what am I doing? Of course, I've got a menu. Right, so you don't even need the restore materia because, you know, white wood and stuff. That will do. And then... You two can... Oh, yes, you have to flippin' do that, don't you? Yep. Whatever. Yeah, when I do the offline, this will be a lot easier. I'll have it all set up. Right. Well, shit, Bear. Yes, Sephiroth, time for a beating. Love this music. This is gonna be so... Oh, hang on. Vincent! Haha! Look at love chaos. Whack! Ho ho ho! Oh, because he's got the Masteel, doesn't he? He doesn't have the, Yeah. He doesn't have the escort guard. I gave that to Red 13, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. Ah, well, I tell you what, that was actually quite funny. Oh, oh! Did they get the spelling right? Well, that's not going to work, is it? But this will. I'd love to know, it's probably not true, I'd love to know if there is a way to damage that, you know, Bizarro Sephiroth E, you know, the big circle, because it's basically peerless. Oh no, they still have the, this is nice, they still have the spelling error, Inigi. Tell you what, it would have been funnier if I'd actually come in as as Hellmasker. You know, Vincent goes up to say, you know, to Sephiroth with his chainsaw and starts hacking him to bits. That would be funny. Chaos Saber, come on, Vincent, keep up with the script. Oh, it does damage, it's fine. Oh, cool. Oh gosh. You're gonna get Demi-3'd again. Oh, he missed. Oh, nice. Now, if I did that, right, obviously you cycle through the other members, the groups that I've made, but that's also, I think, the only way the arms revive. So, nuh-uh. Plus, of course, I never took the trouble to actually set up my party members anyway. So, we ain't doing that. Whack! That's more like it. Just can't damage that bloody circle. All right. I mean, one wing danger was pretty cool too. I guess you can't cast your barrier. That's funny. That's fine. Your wall ain't gonna save you. Wow, you can hardly hear their attack sounds. That's weird. Oh my gosh. Woof. That's impressive. Yeah, see, even we've been a bit lax with pretty much the limit breaks on everyone. Oh, we can hear that. Whack, whack, whack. Ooh, pardon me, that's better. Heck. Now, fortunately, they all have ribbons. Because lest we forget, if the game progresses enough that we see Supernova, that does do status changes. Which isn't immediately obvious if you're ribboned up to the eyeballs, but it does. Fortunately, it's a summon that can't actually kill you, however, that's not the only reason to be concerned. In fact, his next attack is going to be Supernova, isn't it? Unless I can beat him here. Whack! Right, we're going to get Supernova. Okay. Whoops. Well, tell you what, this should pretty much give everyone's limits. Although, in the case of Cloud, he's going to have not a lot of health. On the bright side, it means we get more of the music. Maybe before you suntan. Yeah, that's definitely the closest to Judgment Sword, eh? Ooh, hang on. Oh, no! He's dead. Oh, he's not! Oh, up yours, Sephiroth! Yeah! Full health, and you gone. Pretty sure he will be. Wow. Surely that's it. It's not! Man! Oh well. That's one lap of the track. Oh. Dispel. Oh, I suppose that will get rid of haste, won't it? Yeah. Okay, well that's fine. You haven't really done much. Evening, Winston. You're just in time for the grand finale. Well, the grand finale / not grand finale. Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Whack. Oh, hang on. No, that way. Oops, didn't want landscaper. He's flying. No, that was actually, yeah, I should have done Bloodfest yet. Oh dear. That was a rookie mistake. No, so my plan, so on this stream we saved the planet. We beat the game, we saved the planet, Red 13 has kids, everyone's happy. Oh, we don't quite get chaos because we just won. But in a future stream, so basically we're finishing off the level 99 save. We've gone from start to grind to finish, and here we are at the end of all things. However, in a future stream, and it's going to take a bit of offline prep for the materia combinations I want, there will be a stream where I will take on Emerald and Ruby weapon. Because we can't leave them untouched. That's just not right. We can't leave them untouched. And I was saying earlier when I started this that, you know, some almost like reflections on what it's been like to play the game with jacked up level 99 plus or minus a couple of characters. And one thing that certainly emerged is I've been very blasé with materia leveling, with materia combinations, with limit breaks. It's sort of like I've relied on just the raw base stats of each character to carry me through the game, and clearly it's worked to some degree. As much as I've tried to play most of the game as if it was just like a normal playthrough without ridiculous reactor grinds, the fact is, it's certainly, your tactics are a lot different, I've found, when you can one-shot half the game and make mincemeat of the others where, you might have to put a bit of extra work in because you're just already beefed up to the nines. Particularly when I got, when Tifa got Power Soul and Near Death, she's just a beast. And would have been more of a beast if I had Death Blow with added cut paired. But like I said, I was blasé with materia combinations and growth for the whole game. And therefore, for beating the weapons, there's going to be a lot of offline prep, as it were. I'll stress this, what I am not going to do as part of my offline prep is source farm. Right? We're not going to go to the Sunken Galnica. The stats I have for my characters I'm going to leave there, and the reason for that is... That's quite loud. My gosh. Love that little button ticket. The reason for that is simply there are already easy ways that I can use to beat Emerald and Ruby weapon to pulps. But where's the fun in that? I actually want to challenge myself to beat an Emerald and Ruby weapon other ways that I haven't even considered. Hence the offline prep. So stay tuned in the future. We're not quite finished with the level 99 save. We are finished with respect to the game. But there will be one stream left at some point, which I'll try and put in the schedule when I'm ready, where we're going to wipe out Emerald and Ruby weapon. So you haven't missed out on that. Take that, Sephiroth. There it is. That's officially the end of the game. Because then, of course, you got like... Oh, there we go. Now it is, because I just got... Wow, that's how much I've faffed around with that main save that I had. I haven't actually beaten Sephiroth yet with that. And there it is. End of the game. So it really is officially. Oh, dear me. Actually, one thing I've wanted to ask you, Winston, because because we've talked about this in the past. One idea that I had for future streams, not necessarily game, is touting the idea of... Turn that down. Much as I do like the tunes. Touting the idea of a darting stream. Not necessarily playing against people, but just... It's almost like a just chatting, but there's a dartboard on the front and stuff. What do you think of that idea? I mean, I'd have to clean up my garage a little bit because it is a bit dishevelled with appliances and other things. Everything but a car. But yeah, I just thought that as an idea. It won't be tonight because I haven't got anything set up. I'd have to... I've got OBS on my laptop, so obviously I have to haul my laptop out there, which is fine. Get all the cameras all set up and that sort of carry on and make sure it all sort of does its thing. I think it'd just be a little bit of fun. Yeah, of course. There is that geographical niggle of time zones and... let's face it, most maps in other countries, that make maps, tend to forget about New Zealand, and it's like, do we even exist? And maybe sometimes, particularly geopolitically, maybe it's just as well we don't show up on a map. But we're here, we exist! Little corner of the Pacific. But yeah, admittedly, New Zealand is not the biggest, Twitch market. So, ideally I can try and do... There's a show I live. Ideally I would like to try and do streaming at other times, but of course I'm limited by my own geography, time, working, all that sort of carry on. Even though I worked from home today. This winter has seriously bitten hard. Oh my goodness. I'm sick and tired of head colds. Hey! Show my age a little bit. This scene almost reminds me of the final episode of Samurai Pizza Cats. Cool, can't show that was. And the tune stuff. wow, the highway never looked better. Crikey. Oh, good, Sid, you placed your fallen cigarette. Fallen comrade. Oh, we have some planetary assistance. The holy. Well, that's I mean, we won. We certainly won with a lot of very overpowered characters, having done all the donkey work very early on. I mean, as I said, the tactics and the gameplay to some extent were very different. Versus a normal playthrough where I'm a lot more focused on materia combinations for certain points in the game. I mean, not the least of which is, we can cross the marshes by smacking the Midgard-Zollin right in the face, for example, and getting beaten was an absolute doddle. Although there was that one moment where I was actually able to run a straight line clean across the marsh, which I'd never done before. That was weird. But yeah, just mowing through part one with OP. I mean, part two, obviously, you're getting into 10k plus enemies, but even so, you're hitting really, really hard. And okay, I was taking quite a bit of damage in the two Sephiroth fights, but then I'm also dishing it out too. And didn't use any summons, except for no, I used a summon once in the whole game, and that was to force death sentence. beyond that, yeah, it was very much just physical attacks, raw, the raw strength metrics of the characters and enemy skills. Because I had so much health, right, I didn't have to worry about my armlet and my materia combinations and blocking, flipping, absorbing elements or certain status effects. Especially once you get the special battle, getting ribbons is easy. And I didn't even get all 8 ribbons that I wanted to get. Just, little things like that I would be more focused on doing. It's, yeah. What will be fun to do is a playthrough of the game, no grind. Just to be clear, there is no grind. And I'll just play it normally, no skips, nothing of that nature. I'll just play it like I played it for the first time, kind of thing. But with knowing things, and naturally my tactics would shift again. So that might be futures, just because this is such an enjoyable game, so easily repeatable. It really is. But yeah, as I said, in the near future there will be a, Spank the Weapons stream. Not that I'll call it that, but that's a snappy, interesting title to catch attention, isn't it? Against Emerald and Ruby Weapon, with the save, albeit I'll be a lot more intentional in, level, getting the limit breaks for everyone. Materia builds and that sort of carry on, without having to resort to cheesy things like multiple Knights of the Round. That's one tactic I want to stay away from, is just cheesing with Knights of the Round, and be a little bit, because that just takes the challenge out of it. There's too many easy ways to beat the weapons, and I'm just like, no, I've done that many times on the PlayStation. Let's actually, I don't know, earn the fights, if that makes sense. So stay tuned for that. But as far as this is concerned, we've done it. We have started, middled, and finished the level 99 save. Almost feels weird to sort of look at that going, well, I'm actually finished. Like proper finished the grind by finishing the game with it. Too bad I can't skip the credits, but I mean, who'd want to skip the credits? I mean, they all deserve a shout out for making such a fantastic game that's just stood the test of time. I mean, what is it? Next year is FF7's 30th birthday, and it's still garnering a massive following. It's just unreal. And look, I mean, for you, Winston, thank you very much for joining during the grind and for staying with the Gamer Dad. It's been a pleasure conversing throughout this, and no doubt for future streams of this or other games, or even the darting stream, as time allows it, my corner of the planet. I've certainly enjoyed, out of this game, just enjoyed learning the ropes of, Twitch, of streaming, of conversing, of, having these cool things. The digital conservatory with the bar fridge. Speaking of which, I do actually have some drinks in the fridge. Surely that will help my head cold too, right? Beer is medicinal? Surely? Actually, I'll tell you what I've got in my fridge, Winston. I've got 500ml cans of 7.5% beer from Lithuania. I'll tell you what, it goes down real well. It really does. Lithuanian strong beer. Ah, look at that, Lunanakis. Gosh, it's blurry, isn't it? That's a shame. Oh, look at that. That's actually quite cute, isn't it? Are they seagulls? No, they're something else. I guess humanity survived if we have the laughter of children there. Yeah, that's what they say. Oh, look at it. You go, and you go straight to the, well, it kicks you out of the game. How about that? And we're back at the start. Oh, oh, sounds like a bit of a ruckus is going on in the lounge, which is absolutely fine because it means the computers my kids were playing on have suddenly had their internets blocked because bedtime routine and all that sort of carry on. Mine, of course, is curiously untouched because that's where I've set up the router. But speaking of which, time for me to prep some strapping young boys into bed. Not strapping the young boys into bed, clearly not. No, I get to do story time. I'm looking forward to this. I do like story time. And then after that, once the boys are settled, then I'll get that taste of Lithuania to help clear my head. Because I do have to be in the office tomorrow, and I really don't want to be like, Anyway, I probably picked it up at the Nationals. I mean, there were so many people there. I'm sure there was some bags of illness wandering around the Richmond club. Not fun. But for now, it's Toodly Pips and None Night from me. Don't have my chances of being on tomorrow night, although since I've more or less talked myself into prepping the garage for possible darting streams, I guess I've talked myself into tidying the garage to some extent because I procrastinated. It needs to be done, so we'll crack on to that. Saturday is continuing the Saturday Darts League, so we're playing against one of the joint first teams. Although admittedly we are quite early in the second round of our league. I'm feeling confident actually. So hopefully I'll have some good things to report back on that. And then Sunday could be a bit of a coin flip. It really depends if my in-laws visit. If they don't visit, then I've probably got a few hours in the afternoon to play something. Otherwise, no. We'll see how or maybe even the evening. I'll see how Sunday goes. But like I said, as far as the beating the weapons is concerned, whenever I nail down a date and a time in my head of, okay, I'm ready to take on the weapons with my level 99 save, let's go. 7 days out from that, I'll stick it in my schedule. So then it's, so we kind of obvious as to, okay, Gamer Dad's going to try and beat Emerald and Ruby weapon here. And if I win, awesome. If I get absolutely cream crackered by the weapons, it's live on stream. It's certainly not going to be one of those. I'm a slot influencer, and all you see are my wins. Oh no, you're going to see some losses too. Because I mean, it's Emerald and Ruby weapon. It kind of says it all. So, particularly because I want to steer clear of cheesing them. Um, with certain high level summons, and then that sort of carry on. But yeah, like I said, that one there. That was. Ugh. It's funny how I see this something that looks like a bed and suddenly it's a yawn response. I think it's a sign, but then I didn't sleep very well last night. Thankfully, this isn't so much a tournament so much as a weekly round robin. So each round has 10 weeks in it because there's 11 teams, and it's just essentially table format. But at the end of round two, basically the top six teams make the cut into, or is it the top five because there's an odd number? It's either top five or six. Let's just say top six for the sake of argument. Top six teams at the end of the second round will play in a 5 week. Essentially, round three they'll form the cup round, and the bottom five therefore will be the plate round. Played across those weeks. Obviously, under those numbers, the platists get a bye round by virtue of having one less team. So hopefully, the mighty Hillsborough, that's my that's my team, my darts team. At the end of the second round, will make it into the cup. For the last 9 years since I've started playing for Hillsborough, we haven't failed to make the cut. Long may that trend continue. But we'll see. We'll see what Saturday brings against a club called the Fitz, FITZ. Actually, no, it's Fitz 2. Yes, because the original Fitz played out of a place called the Fitz, and the Fitz burnt down. So they moved to another location and basically became the Fitz 2. Same players, but different name. But yeah, I'll no doubt report on that front. But for now, it very much is good night from me. Thank you, and I guess apologies in some ways for you, Winston, having to put up with my constant ramble. This is what happens when you let a neurodiverse extrovert on Twitch. Certain topics I just can talk the years off a concrete statue. But hopefully it has been an add rather than a subtract for the most part. But I will call time here and sort some boys out to their bedtime routines and supper and such, and do the dad things. And I will look forward to one and all later on, probably Sunday, in the absence of the in-laws. Until then, this is the Gamer Dad signing off the level 99 save. We have brought that to a close. Son's weapons, again, we've talked about that, but we've finished the game with level 99 characters. And yeah, I'm going to go grab some Lithuanian beer. Good night, one and all, and we'll see you again.